with Keller Williams Southland, and today I'm at the KC Reptarium in Belton, and I'd like to introduce you to John here. John, tell us about yourself.
Hi. Well, my name is Jonathan Hoke, and I decided to, trying to stay with this guy for a minute. Well, I got into reptiles back in the early 90s, and my family, we actually raised rabbits, and I showed them at the State Fair in Missouri.
Nice.
And never did any good with it, but I enjoyed it, and I love my rabbits. And then one day, this guy gave us a call, and he's like, "Hey, I heard you have rabbits." And we're like, "Yeah, we do." He's like, "Well, I live just south of Belton. Can I come get some?" And he came out and picked up some rabbits from us. He got some New Zealands. I don't know if you're familiar with the New Zealands.
I've heard of them, but I don't know.
Yeah, they were like 10-pound rabbits.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what are you feeding with these things? And he said that was some giant snakes, and ended up going out to his house after he came out probably 8 or 10 times buying rodents, and he was real friendly, and he knew my dad was in the Carpenters Union, and he's like, "Hey, I'm building a new snake building. Would you guys be able to help me with footings this weekend?" You know, so my dad's like, "Sure, my son and I will come out." And so we went out there, and so I worked like all day Saturday helping him with footings, and then that night he's like, "Hey man, you want to stick around tonight and help me clean cages?" And a bunch of guys were there, and I'm like, "Sure, that's fine." So I stuck around and helped him clean cages, and my dad came out the next day, and when he left, well, I left with him that next night, but I stayed for a whole day, and it was a lot of fun. I got to interact with some cool reptiles that are like just amazing things that you don't, not very many people even today get to handle.
Sure.
So
speaking of reptiles, you're obviously holding one.
yeah.
Not in.
This guy's kind of got my chair right now.
Oh, really? So who is this you have with you?
Okay, so this is a carpet python. They're from Australia.
Oh, cool.
And you want to,
Sure.
I don't know if you have any fears of snakes or
As
anything.
long as just tell me, make sure I'm not doing something wrong.
No, it was a stinker like a treat,
So,
pretty much.
carpet python from Australia. So got some really neat colors going on.
Right.
So what's kind of unique about the carpet python?
Well, carpet pythons, they can be anywhere from northern Australia all the way up to into Indonesia.
Oh wow. Okay.
And you can't really bring any new ones into the country anymore from Australia because Australia has blocked all importing and exporting of all reptiles.
Okay.
So what's in Australia is going to be in Australia, and what's in what's, you know, and it's never going to be in the U.S. unless there's some illegal exporting, you know. But
So he weighs a few pounds.
yeah, and most of these guys are somewhat docile, but every now and then you get one that likes to bite. But this guy, he's always been very docile and
Nice. So of course, a lot of people who
yeah.
don't know, haven't been around snakes much, they think snakes are slimy, or they think silly things like that that aren't necessarily
right.
accurate, right?
Or snakes are there to get you or something.
Right. And
This snake is just
I got him upside down and everything here.
yeah.
So he's used to living in a tree, probably.
Yeah, he'll be in the low shrubs and stuff and wait for something to pass by he can strike out at.
Probably eating birds and whatever runs around,
Right.
eating grass. Huh? So, well, that's cool. He is a beautiful, beautiful snake. And now, I've learned very little about snakes, but through scouts and stuff. So I know one of the things I remember hearing is something about since he's upside down there, a venomous snake's belly is different than a non-venomous. Is that accurate as far as scaly, or just that maybe it's some
like the scalation sometimes
right.
it's going to be different. Like this here is a cobra shed,
Okay.
which I have a cobra right here, a monocle cobra. And this is her shed.
Okay.
See those?
Okay.
The way the scales go across all the way. Like
Sure.
that. They're all different.
Okay, gotcha. So So this one is he's eating.
There's a rattlesnake one.
Oh, cool.
Snake.
So in captivity, you're feeding him rats and maybe rabbits or something.
So this guy here eats rats.
Rats?
He's not big enough for rabbits. I mean, he could eat a baby rabbit, but
Gotcha.
we save those for the big ones.
Now, does he eat them live or do you?
Yes, he does eat live. He'll eat live or thawed.
Cool.
We're in the process of trying to switch a lot of stuff over to like frozen thawed when we can.
Is it more affordable?
No, it's not really more affordable, but in a way it can be because we breed our own rats,
Okay.
and sometimes we have a surplus of them, so it's easier to euthanize them and have them in the freezer than
Sure.
keep feeding them, have them get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Gotcha.
So it is a little more affordable to be able to just go open the door of the freezer and
Cool.
thaw a few things out.
So how many reptiles do you have?
We probably have about 30 here in the facility,
Cool.
and they're probably about, I'd say 25 different species.
Awesome. So what do you do here?
Okay,
Some
so
people aren't familiar with you probably. So.
okay, so we opened back in October of 2019, and we were just going to be a reptile pet store.
Okay.
And we went and bought a bunch of expensive reptiles at a reptile show up in Chicago, the largest reptile show in the country, and spent several $1,000s. And on my way back, we were going to have like a little walkthrough thing for free
Okay.
that people could just walk through, and just something for our customers to be able to see a lot of animals. A lot of pet stores have something like that,
Awesome.
or reptile pet stores do. Well, I've told my sister how much money we spend on reptiles in Chicago, and she's like, "You guys need to, you got to charge a fee for people to walk through, brother."
Right.
And I'm like, I don't really want to, but we thought, well, maybe we can just do something minimal. So we started out like $3 a
Sure.
person for people to just walk through.
Sure.
And we did that for a while, but it wasn't really paying the bills. We raised the price a little bit, and then we decided we could start doing these hands-on tours.
Nice.
And we realized people will pay quite a bit of money for the hands-on tours,
Huh.
but we want to keep them affordable. At the time, we were only charging like $10 for an adult, and I think $8 for a kid.
Gotcha.
Well, after COVID, we closed down. Then we made a bunch of the cages way bigger. We changed it around a little bit, and now it's way better than it was in the past. And we're doing hands-on tours now, and it's $24 for an adult and $20 for a kid, $20 for veterans, and $20 for seniors.
Awesome.
And then we usually have some type of coupon code, which if you stick around till the end, we can throw a coupon code out there for you to save 20%.
That's
and
awesome.
so watch for the end of the video.
That's awesome.
And
And now we talked a little bit. That you like to get scout groups or other maybe youth groups in here or something like that who'd like to do.
right, so we're gonna start Toddler Tuesday
Oh, cool.
here pretty soon, and that's gonna be just for the little ones, and it'll be something affordable that mom or dad can bring their little kids to each
Nice.
like 4 Tuesdays a month, and be able to have them have an experience with a few animals. We'll get a couple things out, and then they'll be able to like color some stuff and learn a few things.
That's neat.
So then we're gonna do a what else are we doing? Oh, we're wanting to do something with scouts eventually.
Cool.
We've been approached about doing like the things where they stay over.
Oh yeah.
I think it's called lock-in or something.
Right.
And then we also are planning on doing something for stay-at-home kids.
Sure.
and day outings and stuff like that.
Nice. Yeah, I know a lot of the homeschool families are always looking for something a little different to get out
Right,
of the house.
homeschool, that's what
Yeah,
it is.
so that'd be a neat opportunity.
And we were actually taken out pretty good with homeschool before we closed.
Oh, cool.
So I think that'll come back pretty good.
That's awesome.
Okay.
So you have another
Yeah.
one we can
Hey, Andrew,
hang out with us?
bring me another reptile, please.
All right, so if you guys are, especially if you guys have been around Belton a long time like me, he's in the building that a long time ago was Pizza Time, and before that was Bombs Furniture. I played on Bombs Furniture Little League team when I was like 8. We didn't win a single game, but I know this is where they were located. So basically, VFW is down the road. He's right at the corner across
Vine
Vine.
and North Scott.
Oh, shoot, Main Street. Vine and North Scott. So like the old Pat's apartments are kind of across the street, and he's right here on the corner. So, what kind of hours? What are your normal hours?
Okay, so I thought you knew. Sorry. So right now we're not doing. We don't have open hours to the public at this time, but in the next couple of weeks we're going to start our Toddler Tuesday, which will be probably in the mornings to early afternoon on Tuesdays, and hopefully within the next week or so we do start a self walkthrough where for $10 for an adult and $8 for children and vets and seniors, you can just walk through the zoo and look at the animals.
Wonderful.
So that'll be within the next week or so. We're open, and all our times are going to be posted on Facebook and on Google and on our website.
Cool.
So our website is kcreptarium.com, and our Facebook is probably our most popular way of contacting us, and that's just KC Reptarium Education Center. So,
Awesome. Wonderful. So you've got quite a few snakes. Do you also have lizards?
yeah, we have lizards.
And do you have any turtles or any of that? Or is it just
We have a few turtles.
Yep.
We have one turtle that we were driving down North Scott here, and it was about 2 months ago, and we're in a hurry going to Lee Summit, and someone found why don't you get me a crater real quick?
Okay.
All right. Someone found a turtle, a red ear slider, walking across the road, and they picked it up, turned it, and put it back the direction it was coming from. Well, that's something that you don't really want to do. If you find a turtle on the road, you want to go ahead and take it across the road to where it was going, because they kind of have like a GPS. They know where they want to go, and they're just going to end up going back across the road. Well, we went to Lee Summit, and on our way back from Lee Summit, the turtle was walking across the road again. So instead of just letting it die, we went ahead and rescued it and brought it here to the Reptarium, and we threw it in with our alligator.
Nice.
So in some cases, alligators do eat small turtles and stuff, but this turtle is pretty good size. So
The gator's a smaller one.
yeah, the gator is a little bit less than 4 feet. But when we found this guy, he had a little indention in his shell. Looks like someone may have hit him with something hit him.
Oh, wow.
And so we decided to name him Crater. But he hangs out, he's in the friend zone with Death Roll Alice, or alligator.
Awesome. That is cool. Yeah, turtles are pretty neat animals. We've got a couple that live out at our place, and every once in a while the dogs will corner it, and the turtle just stays in his shell until the dogs get bored and leave. But they've been out there a while. I should go from this side, shouldn't I?
And they do have like nerve endings in their shell.
Oh, really?
They can feel when you're touching their shell and stuff. So
I've always wondered if that was just like a snail shell where it's not really.
no, they can actually, they have feelings in it.
That's
So.
neat. So that's a slider,
Red ear slider.
red ear
You
slider.
can see that from the red marks on his side. But sometimes she'll be up on the alligator's back,
Oh, right. That's
just
awesome.
just relaxing and stuff.
Cool.
Andrew, you bring an anaconda?
I was about to get hungry.
So
Just get the anaconda.
over here you've got a monocle cobra,
Right.
which you can't see on camera, but you can if you stop by. And then that one, you told me that was
It's a West African gaboon viper.
and that's That's one of the most venomous snakes, isn't it?
Yeah, it has the second highest venom yield of any snake in the world.
Wow.
And the longest fangs of any snake in the world.
Really?
So the only snake that has more venom than that snake there is king cobra.
Really?
But this is way, way worse of a venom punch than what the king cobra would actually be. So this guy here, if he bit you, you would lose probably whatever extremity that you got bit on.
Wow.
And you might die.
It wouldn't be ideal. So.
And the monocle cobra, if you got bit by the monocle cobra, you would need to be on a ventilator within an hour.
Wow.
Because it's going to
paralyze
like your diaphragm, and
oh, wow.
you won't be able to breathe on your own. So
needless to say, you guys have to be very careful.
Yes.
And so who is this one?
Okay, so this is our green anaconda.
Nice. Anaconda, South American?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Nice.
they normally stay in the water almost all the time, like probably 70, 80% of their life they're in the water.
Awesome.
Because this is the largest snake in the world. They get up to
Ready to go.
over 300 pounds.
So do you ever get used to them coming towards your face?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I get bit. But
Yeah. A
this
friend of
guy's
mine
not going to.
got bit by one of his when he was feeding it once, and that was kind of, I was watching. It was kind of interesting. So, how many times have you been bit by snakes? Too many to count?
Too many to count.
Gotcha.
But
Hopefully
not as many times as you really think, because I only have a couple of snakes here that are going to bite me on a regular basis, and I know they're going to bite me.
Sure.
I have one snake that I can predict he's probably going to bite me when I have him out, but you can't tell when he's going to bite you, and the strike is so fast.
Right.
It's a 7-foot Chinese king rat snake.
Oh, wow.
And really awesome snake. I love it to death, but she won't let you know when she's going to bite. She'll just bite. So this snake here, it's the heaviest snake in the world, the largest snake in the world. They get up to 300 pounds.
Wow.
And so that's why they stay in the water, is because they're able to distribute their weight and move around a little bit easier. It takes the pressure off their body.
Huh. So now, was it Edge of Hell or one of the places that has a big snake?
That they actually have, I believe, the largest python in the world right now.
Oh yeah, I think I did see that. So.
And
It's kind of a neat place for her to display a snake, I guess.
I've never been down there. I just heard they had it there.
Hopefully they do it in a positive way. You
Hopefully.
know, so. But I know there's a lot of people who get pets like these and don't really realize what's involved with it.
Right. These guys don't stay small like this forever.
Right.
We rescued our alligator.
Oh, really?
If you want, I could grab that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It'd be really fast.
That'd be cool.
So,
I can hold him or you take him, whatever works for you. So.
Well, you want to talk for
Just feels like a muscle.
Be less than a minute.
Okay. All right. So guys, at the end of this, we're going to have a code. You can get 20% off a visit up here, and it should be really fun if you want to bring the kids or not bring the kids. You can do that. So Jonathan and that's his son Andrew, who's helping out too. They've been here. I think they opened in 19, and they just are looking at a place to just not just display the animals, but to educate people too. So it's a great opportunity if you want to learn more about snakes or other critters out there. So I will attach a few still shots of some of the animals in the video. I say I will, my son will, and we'll make it look good to you guys. So while he's gone, I'll do a little real estate plug. You guys know the real estate market's been crazy. Crazy in a good way. I've got my buyers not had problems getting houses. It just takes a little more patience. And now we got an alligator, so let's talk about that. Wow. So this is, you said Alice?
Yeah, this is Death Roll Alice.
Death
so
Roll Alice.
My daughter, when she was 7, she named Alice. She wanted to name her after a Disney princess.
Of course.
So I'm like, only if we can put Death Roll. She's when you first get her out, you gotta calm down a little bit.
Sure. So I should keep my hands back.
But she calms down pretty fast.
That's awesome. So she is, with that tail, she's 4 feet long or more, probably?
Close to 4 feet, probably. So she's a rescue. We actually do like to rescue a lot of reptiles here.
Sure.
And sometimes we put them, try to find homes for them.
Sure.
Where they're wanted.
So she could take a finger off, probably?
If she wanted to, she could, but like she's never done anything like shown no aggression at all.
Awesome.
I had my hand on the edge of the cage one time on a log in her cage, and it was a few weeks ago, and she came up like she thought it was a rat. I moved it in time, but that's the only time she's ever showed any.
Huh. You know, I'm going to Florida next week. Our family's going out Saturday, actually. I might try to sneak out to one of those places where they
You gonna
have
bring me
games.
an alligator back? Just put one in your pocket?
Yeah, I'd probably just fly with it down the road, put it in the carry-on. So, but
she's pretty good.
But yeah, so now, like most reptiles, they're scaly, of course, but and when they're not in the water, it's not going to be slimy or a weird texture.
Right,
it's just
right.
Just
It feels like a handbag. Or
so
something.
what's the purpose of the scales? Is that to help them maintain their body temperature?
Protects them mainly.
So it's like almost like an exoskeleton.
Yes.
Kind of? Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So, and when they grow, they shed their scales. Now, I've never seen anything come off the alligator, but she doesn't really grow any. So she's a rescue.
Cool.
And someone here in Kansas City actually had her illegally in a 55-gallon aquarium for 7 years.
55. Wow.
Yeah,
that's not
she
very big
should
at
be
all.
like 10 feet long by now, but
Wow.
she hasn't grown at all since we've had her, and she eats large and sometimes jumbo rats.
Nice. Nice.
So-
Now she, just thick. So Taylor's pretty much a muscle,
Yeah,
In her
yeah,
room?
it's all.
and they use that to smack things around sometimes, or end up.
Well, like she does give us like a little warning slap, like, "Hey, I want to, like, what are you doing to me?" But like by the time she's calmed down, she's very, very docile.
You know, she's a beautiful animal. People don't think of
Yeah,
a predator like this is a beautiful animal, but she definitely
she's gorgeous,
is pretty.
and like I say, she's never been aggressive in any way towards anyone.
That's awesome. So what's the main difference in an alligator and a crocodile? Is it their snout?
Yeah, so the alligator has more of like a rounded nose,
Okay.
and then the crocodile has a V nose.
Okay. People are probably watching me. I
Right.
that back up as she gets closer.
So one thing about, like, we have a Cuvier Surf Cayman crocodile that's a baby,
Okay.
but when she's this big, she's not someone I'm going to be able to just pull out and handle like this,
Sure.
because she's extremely fast. They're
Oh.
dangerous. Like, that thing will definitely take your fingers off at this size.
Awesome. So I've got chickens,
They're
and
more aggressive.
like a lot of birds, their eyes are kind of on the side,
Right.
And I see hers are. So she must have a good field of vision.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Probably see almost.
And if you ever get attacked by an alligator, don't ever just think you're gonna like poke the eyes out or something, because the eyes can actually go down into the
Oh wow.
skull. And on an adult alligator, they can go down about 2 inches
Really?
into the skull.
Wow.
So you're not gonna poke the eyes out like that's
They're gonna sneak up on them very well either way.
no.
They can see all the way around. That's
Yes,
awesome.
they can't.
So they can stay underwater quite a while, and when they're in the wild especially.
Right.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you won't be turned into boots.
Nope.
So, well, cool. How long do you think Alice will be around?
Hopefully we'll have her another 10 or 20 years.
Wow.
I don't know.
Longer than you maybe, huh?
Yeah, hopefully longer than me.
Huh. Well, that's awesome.
So.
Oh, cool. Well, we should probably wrap this up. We've got a chance to meet a few of your residents, I guess.
Right.
And they're not really just pets. They're
Yeah, they're ambassador animals. Like, we want to use these to educate people. We want to be able to do some programs where we're going to do one thing that's going to be free where we bring a small group of people. Like, it's not going to be like a family event, but maybe
Sure.
once a month where it's going to be like kind of a, not really an intervention, but where we help people with their fear of snakes.
Oh, nice.
Bring like
Nice.
4 or 5 people in at a time, and it won't be a paid event. It'll just
Maybe
be
get their therapist
some
with
will
them.
be, yeah, whatever they need to do,
Sure.
and help people understand that these creatures are really just, they're naturally just going to take care of themselves the best they can,
Right.
and they're not out to get us. They're most reptiles are very docile. There's only one reptile I know that will chase you and kill you, and that's the mamba. So.
Oh, gotcha. That most of us aren't going to encounter. Many
Right,
guys know that.
not around here. We're not in South Africa, so.
Well, I know when I go hiking, I always try to be aware of them. You know, I'm in snake habitat frequently, you know, and I pay attention. I know one time I was in Arkansas with my dog, and we were hiking, and it was summer, so the river was down. It was a big creek, was down quite a bit. So we were jumping over these big limestone rocks. And as my dog went first, she jumped over this little crevice. And then I was right behind her, and there was a water moccasin or a copperhead right there, and just a foot below where I was. I was like, oh crap! So then the dog turned around and she wanted to go after it, and I had to stop her. But yeah, but I didn't get a picture of it. But it was kind of, I haven't really encountered a whole lot of venomous snakes in the wild. We saw a couple in New Mexico. We were out there, a couple rattlesnakes, but I just give them their space, you know.
Yeah, just give them their space. Like when we get our cobra out, the last thing she wants to do is come out of that cage.
Right.
She feels safe in there. That's her home.
Sure.
And so I have to hook her a few times, and she's going the opposite direction. She's not trying to bite me.
Right.
And that's what most reptiles do, is they're gonna first try to retreat. Like a spitting cobra, before it bites you, it's gonna try to spit venom in your eyes, which is not gonna blind you or anything. It's just gonna make you be in a lot of pain.
Sure.
And so then they're gonna retreat. You know, they're gonna get away.
Well, it's like rattlesnakes. They try to warn us first with the
Right,
bullets, you know. They don't.
Which we have a couple rattlesnakes right over here by your camera, and I can't believe one of them's a wild caught, one of them's captive, and the captive one is very docile, and the wild caught, if she sees you, usually she's rattling.
Really?
So,
Awesome.
yeah, but don't forget. Okay, here's your code. It's gonna be 520.
It's my last name, FYFFE 20. And when they call or get online to make a reservation.
So you go to kcreptarium.com and make your reservation for a hands-on tour, and you put 520 in, and you'll save 20% on your tour.
Awesome.
So
Awesome. Yeah, I'll have to talk to Diane with Chamber of Commerce and try to figure out a way to maybe have a chamber event sometime. Might have to get you in the chamber.
yeah,
first.
that'd be fun.
So Chamber does a lot of stuff promoting their business. Diane does a great job, and Lori with the chamber. So we might have to connect you there if you want to do something like that. So, but well, thank you guys, and thank you John and Andrew wherever you are, and thanks Alice,
And thank you, Paul, for coming out. We appreciate it. We appreciate everything you're doing for the community, and I think if we can all do stuff for the community, this community is going to be that much better.
I agree, and I appreciate that. So, you guys have a great day, and take care.